Some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. Photo now. But for now, I'm local. But for now, I preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, man. Big up yourself, man. Nice little early one. Big up the whole Metric community. Come on, man. Like, subscribe if you're new. Make sure you smash the like button on your way in, man. Make sure, man, we're always here for you, lot, man. We're going to get into all the news. You know, there's loads going on. You know, I don't do the clickbait thing. So, yeah, man, I'm going to get straight into it and we can just speak about it straight away. Bam, we got the Mainoo stuff. You know, this Mainoo stuff's going crazy. There's talks about other clubs now. It's just gone mad, bro. We've got deals getting agreed. The deals are close. It's just crazy. But we'll start with all the Mainoo stuff because, you know, this is the maddest stuff right now. And this is all what came out yesterday about early. And it was Mainoo wants to leave Man United, blah, blah, blah. After being squeezed to the margins by Ruben Amorim, there may be a lack of attractive suitors for the 20-year-old this late in the window that closes on Monday. So Mainoo wants to leave. This from Jamie Jackson, yeah? Who I would say isn't the most reliable guy because he just says mad stuff, but we'll get into it, don't worry. Kobbie Mainoo is open to joining Manchester United. Ruben Amorim seems to prefer other midfielders. And Mainoo has entered his last 24 months of his Old Trafford career. So his contract, sorry. So because he's in his last 24 months, that's when you usually get a contract because they don't want you to leave on a free. Do you know what I mean? The issue is where does Mainoo go, and is there going to be anyone that's even going to come here and spend loads of money on him anyway? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Who can really afford him right now? That's David Ornstein. David Ornstein is the #1 journalist, bro. I don't care about no one else. Fabrizio, I put him in my thumb. No, he's good, but Ornstein's better. I'll be real. Ornstein just comes, bam, drops the bomb and keeps it moving. So that's what he said. And he's saying the issue is where does Mainoo go as there not appear to be many options ahead of his market closing. So remember, it's the last week of the market. People, who's going to rise up that money for Mainoo right now? So he's open to leaving, but I don't think being open to leaving isn't like you can ask everyone in the squad if they're open. They all might say they're open. You get what I'm going to say to you? If Real Madrid come in right now for Ahmad, you think he's going to say, yeah, nah, I love Man United, I want to stay. He might be open to leaving. What does that mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then it goes, Sis Tony with Simon Stone. He goes, there's no suggestion of Kobbie Mainoo agitating to leave Man United just now. Talks over a contract extension have stalled, and it is hard to see them resuming unless he can persuade Amorim he is either better than Bruno Fernandes or can be effective in a different role. So he's basically saying the contracts have stalled unless he can sit there and say to Bruno and basically get back into the team. How are we going to get a next contract? Basically, that's what he's trying to say, which doesn't really mean much, really. But that's Sistoni, and then we got Fabrizio Romano, and he's gone. Kobbie Mainoo is not happy to be on the bench. He wants to play and be a part of the team, like every other player would. But at the moment, there have been no active talks or negotiations to leave the club. The situation still remains calm. Man United hope to speak to Mainoo and explain the situation. So there's nothing really going on with that. That's what they're saying. Like, the situation still remains calm. So this is getting blown out of proportion. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's something crazy. Like, because he's open to leaving. The only reason he's even got to a place where he can be asked if he's open to leaving is because he's not playing. If Mainoo was playing or we won that Fulham game, I don't think anyone even cared. If we won that Fulham game 3-0, I don't even think that would be a talk. It's because he's not playing. Bruno Fernandes had a stinker. Okay, journalists, what can we talk about right now? They spoke about Mainoo so much that obviously, you get what I'm trying to say to you? It's gone mad. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. It's just a story that's just blown up out of nothing. That's how I think about it anyway. I just think it's gone crazy out of nothing. But yeah, that was all yesterday. That's what came out about this whole Mainoo stuff. Jamie Jackson, he was the first person to say that he wants to leave, apparently, yeah? No one else has said that, by the way. And Jamie Jackson's a bit dodgy, and then we'll get into it, look. And then bam, later in the day, more things are coming out. Kobbie Mainoo, latest, future up in the air. Didn't play against Arsenal, set to start against Grimsby, struggled to fit Amarin's system, no progress on contract, weighing up his options, interest from 10 clubs. So 10 different clubs want Kobbie Mainoo, apparently. But he's saying, obviously, because there's no progress on the contract, so he hasn't signed a new contract, he's not playing, he's not fitting in the system, it's easy to make stories of him, man. That's what I think anyway, you get me? So that's Chris Wheeler, that's what he's saying. He's talking about because he didn't play for Arsenal. He's set to start Grimsby tonight. So we'll see what happens, man. And then it goes, look at this now. Brighton, open talks over ambitious Kobbie Mainoo transfer. How much are they going to pay for him, bro? Because they don't pay much for transfers. I've never seen Brighton do a 50 million transfer. So Brighton have opened the race now. They're in the open talks. I don't know how true that is, bro. Like, you know me, I just bring you like the news. I don't know, bro. And then it goes on to say, obviously, Mike Keegan's come out about 6:54 yesterday and goes, Real Madrid and Atletico monitoring the situation with Man United's Kobbie Mainoo. Season-long loan could be of interest. Host of Premier League clubs also watching. He says host of Premier League clubs. And then you've got Brighton's in there. So maybe they are in there. Who knows, bro? But it's building up. This whole Kobbie thing is going bananas. So yeah, what do you lot think's going on, man? What do you lot think? Let me get a few of these. So we getting Belieber, boy. We'll see, boy. Morning, big man. Big up yourself, DJ. Early one match. Nice news before work. Yeah, man. Come on, man. That's the job, man. I bring you like the news before work. Go out there and do your thing. If this is for us to get Belieber, then fine. So confused about Mainoo. So confused about Bruno. Don't know what's going on anymore, bruv. I don't know. I think the Bruno thing is not true. And I don't think Mainoo wants to go anyway. I don't think he wants to go. I just think, like I said, he's not playing. All of that there just says it all, basically. Look, he's not playing. He hasn't played against certain games. He hasn't signed a new contract. So it's easy to keep talking about him. We can tell we kind of struggled to get in the system, but the system ain't even fully working. So, yeah, man, it's crazy. United make plan for Fermin Lopez signing. Nah, man, Chelsea's looking at him, if anything. Love the early show match. Big up yourself. Come on, bro. The press trying to cause trouble in the dressing room again. Exactly. They're just trying to be some negative thing, bro. It's just negative. That's all it is, bro. They're just trying to find something to talk about. Because even David Ornstein, look, even the reliable guys that's come out about this and spoke about it, yeah? David Ornstein and Fabrizio, yeah? And Simon Stone, look at them. They've all said he's open to leaving, but he's just open. If we ask so obviously they've heard what's going on in the grapevine about Mainoo, and then they've made a phone call to say, Rob, what's going on with Mainoo? Is he open to leaving? And then he's just said, yeah. That's like, what is that then? Do you know what I'm trying to say? What if I'm open to leave? That means that make 100 stories about me. I'm open to leaving, bro. Loads of them might be open to leaving, bro. We don't know who's open to leaving or not. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, who knows? Euro might be open to leaving. But we're not going to sit him down and ask him, are we? Because he's playing every game. He's got a contract. It's cool. Because Mainoo ain't got a contract. It's stalling. He's not going to leave on a free. We know that's not going to happen. So it's just a madness. But that's Fabrizio saying there's nothing. Remain calm. It's calm. They hope to speak to him in the next couple of days and probably just explain the situation. But there's nothing going on. It's cool. Ornstein saying, yeah, he's open, but who's even going to collect him? Simon Stone is going, there's no suggestion. Kobbie Mainoo is agitating to leave Man United. So there's nothing even mad brewing, if you know what I'm trying to say. Mainoo will cook at Brighton, selling with good profit. Bro, I've never seen Brighton buy a player for more than 40 million. I think they've got that O'Reilly guy for just under that. That was it. I've never seen them. So what are they going to want then? What is this, a Belieber? Is this something to do with Belieber then? What? Give us Belieber and then we give you 50 million on top? Like, come on, bro. But he would cook. He'll cook anywhere. Kobbie's proper, bro. Kobbie leaving us, feel like your youngest leaving home now, man. That will cause a riot, bro. There will be protests left, right, and centre. If Kobbie left, there will be protests everywhere, bro. I'm telling you that now. There'll be protests, bro, because it'll be like, bro, you can't sell an academy graduate like that. It'll be a mess. That's what it'll be. The same way you're seeing this Glazers stuff, Glazers out, that will be happening at Old Trafford. They'll be like, bro, you lot don't know what you lot are doing. You're selling the only academy graduate left that has kind of got a future here. Rashford's on his way out. Garnacho's part of the academy a bit. He's left. He's basically going Chelsea. And then you've got Kobbie left. He's the only hope left. Remember, we've got that record, you know. Every game we've got a match. We've got an academy graduate on the bench, at least. We've got that. We can flex that. We've been doing that for about how much years? I can't remember. You get me? So I don't think he's going to go. Let's do the swap plus cash deal with Belieber and Mainoo. Mad. I wouldn't sell Mainoo, man. Me personally, I wouldn't sell him. People are forgetting how bad Mainoo was last year. Yeah, 100%. He didn't have the best season, but I got faith in him, man. I watched him in pre-season as well. He looked good, man. Mainoo looked good in pre-season, especially when he was playing with Ugarte that one game. You get me? He actually looked good. So me personally, I wouldn't sell Mainoo, but it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Yeah, let me show you something. Look at this. So I've got some more. I've got some fresh news for you. Look at this. This is what happens when you're on the Metric. When you're on the MetricBay, this is what happens, man. We always drop bombers together, man. So I've got some fresh news for you about this Kobbie stuff. The boy Laurie Whitwell's just come out and said some things about it. You know, Laurie Whitwell's certified as well. Look at this. He goes, the seeds were planted back in January, and it's something both sides have been looking at throughout the summer. I am of the belief, as David Ornstein wrote in the deal sheet, he's open to leaving the club. There's only a limited time left in the transfer window. Can something happen this window? I don't know. It would throw a real wrench for people. I don't think anyone with a United slant are willing for this to happen. It's a situation developing with him not even playing matches. You can see from the images at Craven Cottage just how disappointed he is. What does that mean for him and his career? You've got to look at England next summer in the World Cup. He's totally out of the picture at the moment. Does this then bring a solution being found in the final few days of the window? It's stunning and feels like it's come from nowhere. But I think it's been bubbling along for a long time. Remember, but this is what I'm trying to say, that since January, people have been putting this out there, innit? Chris Wheeler was talking about this in January, that he's going to go, Kobbie Mainoo, a lot of people want him, blah, blah, blah. And everyone was just like, whatever, man, what are you talking about? So he's saying the seeds have been there for ages. And he looks upset. Remember, it's a World Cup year. The World Cup year goes for us and against us in a couple of ways. So someone like Kobbie wants to play, so he might want to leave. You know what I'm trying to say? Someone like Bruno wants to play, so he wants to stay at Man United. Someone like Casemiro wants to play, so he wants to stay at Man United because of the World Cup. All three of them, they want to stay at Man United. They want to play games in Europe because of the World Cup. And then you've got, so that's the way it goes against us if we want to get rid of players. And then it goes for us when it comes to the bomb squad because they're all out the picture. They're all blackballed at the moment. You don't need to get games in Europe to be able to get the World Cup. So you have to find a club. You see what I'm saying? So it goes for us and against us because people want to leave and some people don't want, people have to leave. So that's the difference with it. But hit the likes, my peoples, man. Let's make these likes make sense, man. Come on, we've only got 11 likes. We've got more people here, man. Let's make sense, man. Let's start off the day right. Hit the likes, my peoples, man. You know us already, man. Let's get this going. So yeah, that's the situation. That's just come out about Kobbie. Literally, I'll show you at the time. 7:03. So obviously, I don't know if I think the podcast might have came out yesterday, and this is just him just breaking it down just now. People are forgetting how bad he was yesterday. Proud record as well, Mitch. Yeah, exactly. That record about academy players that's dope, mate. A lot of people can't flex that one there. Where do Mainoo play in the system? It doesn't fit anywhere. He played good as a 10 though. He played good as a 10, and then the next game after that, what's his name? Amram played him up front against Crystal Palace. It's mad. He played good as a 10. I remember we went to Europe. He played good as a 10, and then the next game after that, he played him as a false 9, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying to you? So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want Mainoo to go personally, but I know some people are like, bro, if it helps us get Belieber, like, bro, they don't even play in the same position, bro. I think Bruno was going next season. Mainoo would have had that role with Belieber. That's what I think's happening. But obviously, Mainoo's looking at it now like, bro, I need to play now. I want to get in the World Cup. So you got to understand him, innit? You understand? And he's saying from January, we've had talks from January anyway, from Chris Wheeler, etc., saying what they're saying. So I don't know, man. It's a weird one, man. It's a weird one. Let me get a few more of these comments. Mitch, what's the latest about Antony and Onana? I'm going to get into all of that. All the guys, I'm going to get into everything. Antony, Hojlund, Garnacho, Lammens. Meant to be a little hijack for Lammens going on. There's more news. There's news everywhere, bro. Lammens is meant to be done 24. It's crazy. So I'm going to get into all of that. This is the latest thing to come out about Mainoo, man. But obviously, we'll see. Just like, buddy, love my brother, man. Hit the likes, my peoples, man. Hit the likes, my peoples. Is that a bomber there? Is that a bomber? No. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. So yeah, hit the likes, my peoples. Just like, buddy, is Bruno willing for a Saudi move this time? United? Nah, I think the Bruno thing is dumb, man. Because Ben Jacobs came out the other day and said something about Bruno, and said, yeah, like I think it's a myth. Why am I doing it in caps like I'm shouting? Look at this. This is what he said about Bruno. Look, August the 25th. Bruno Fernandes' agents are aware of Al Ittihad's interest. They have been directly approached. However, Man United remain calm about the situation and have not received any contact. No club to club is expected unless Fernandes changes his mind about Saudi this summer. He was firm with Al Hilal and Al Nassr that he wanted to stay at Man United for at least another year because, like I just told you, lot, the World Cup. I mean, we had stuff come out yesterday about Bruno Fernandes talking about the same thing, that Bruno wants to stay for one more year because of the World Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? But I reckon if he's going to stay for one more year, he might as well just bounce then. If it's going to be one more year, what is the point? You're not going to see it to sit out where we're going to go for this Premier League. Omar Barada said we're going to go for the Premier League for 2028. So if you know you're not going to be there, you might as well see it out. But then again, it's his career. He's looking at it. I want 100% have my Portuguese spot for World Cup. That's where we're at. So he wants his Portuguese spot for the World Cup. So he's staying to have his little time in Europe. Because if you go Saudi, you might not get the World Cup. The only person that was guaranteed to be in the World Cup from Saudi is Ronaldo. Ronaldo, doesn't matter what that guy does. He can go anywhere. He can play in MLS, just like Messi. Messi's playing in the MLS. No one watches that league. And Saudi, no one watches that league. But them two will make their teams 100%. It don't matter. Bruno might go Saudi. We forget about him. We don't make it. You know what I'm saying? João Felix has gone Saudi. Is he going to make the World Cup? He might not. So this is the situation. But we could use that cash, though, the basis, 100%. And this is what I'm saying. It don't help when you're having stinkers like that against Fulham. When you have bombastic stinkers like that against Fulham, everyone's going to be on your back. You got what I'm trying to say to you? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Mainoo staying, yeah? Mainoo staying. Yeah, I think he's staying. Me personally, I think Mainoo's going to stay. I don't think he's going anywhere. You understand? Let me show you the other article. Bruno Fernandes. I don't think he's going anywhere, but Bruno Fernandes, Chris Wheeler. I don't think he's going to go anywhere, mate. I think Mainoo just, if anything, last result, it will be like send him on loan. That's what it'll be. It's last result, but who takes him on loan? Because remember, he has to start, innit? So where does he go now? When you think about the Premier League, where could Mainoo go apart from probably Brighton? Maybe Brighton would be good fit for real. But everywhere else is I don't think it's going to happen. Look, Bruno's Saudi stance, and this is where he basically talks about Bruno Fernandes and says, yo, he basically next year he's willing to go. He's willing to go next year, but this year he wants to see it out. And United exclusive. Let me show you the actual article. He wants to see it out and make the World Cup. So this is the situation between Bruno Fernandes. Let me show you right now. So you can see it. Where's Bruno? Okay, that's there we go. This is it. Look, Bruno Fernandes will be open to leaving Manchester United at the end of the season after so far rejecting strong interest from Saudi Arabia this summer. The United captain wants to stay at Old Trafford for another season and avoid any disruption before playing for Portugal in the World Cup next summer. See what I'm saying? However, Fernandes would be then open to a new project as he will approach his 32nd birthday and would consider a move to Saudi, MLS, or one of Europe's major leagues. So what's going to happen next year, though? Are we still going to get our 80 million for him? Are we still going to get our 80 million? Are we going to get that for him when he's 32? You think Saudi will still pay that? Come on, man. I know he's still got contracted to us, but they might come and give us 50 million for him now. Maybe if that. You know what I'm trying to say? And if this season goes bad where he has a stinker, then what happens? You know what I'm trying to say to you? So what happens then? So I don't know, man. But this is the latest on Bruno Fernandes. So this is answering your question, the basis. So I don't think he's going to go to Saudi, like it says. He didn't mind going next season. It was said every time that he would go next season anyway. That's what I thought anyway. I thought he was going to leave. Him and Casemiro leave next season. Then we just go and revamp that whole midfield. Mainoo stays. You get some more players in there. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, that's where Bruno's at when it comes to Saudi Arabia. So yeah, let me get a few more of these and I'll get into the rest of the news because there's loads to talk about. But the most thing is, I want to see Bruno leave before Mainoo. Bruno was done at United. Why to give another year where he can make our team weak? I don't think Bruno was done at United. I think Bruno can play a big role at United, but if he's playing in his position, play Bruno in the 10 and we create more chances, etc. That's what I reckon. But because he can't play him in the 10 because he's got Mbeumo and Cunha now, he's trying to force everyone on the pitch. He loves Mason Mount. He loves Cunha. Mbeumo's a new signing. Bruno's his captain leader. He loves him. He's trying to force all these guys on the pitch. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We've had more shots than Arsenal. And Arsenal are top of the league because they scored the most goals. We've had more shots than Arsenal. This is what I'm trying to say to you. So we've been in positions where we've done well to even get shots in, but we're just not putting our dinner because everyone is playing in the wrong position, bro. Put Sesko up top, we probably win that game against Fulham. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Look at the shot conversion. Look at the last article, mate. Shots on target per match. We're fourth. We've had more shots than Arsenal. But look at our conversion rate compared to everyone. Look how much we've converted. We don't convert. We're not converting any. Cunha's hitting the post. Cunha had like 3 shots against Arsenal. Mbeumo's had a few shots. Come on. This is what's going on. Arsenal, we've got more shots than them, but they're just being more clinical, mate. Literally. 5-0 against Leeds or whatever it was. Come on. 1-0 against us. 6 goals they scored, but we've had more shots than them. But look at our conversion rate. So play Sesko in his position, play the 10s in the 10. Hopefully we get a goal. But man's playing Mason Mount up top. Everyone's just wonky. You know what I'm trying to say to you, bro? This is what I'm saying about it. But I don't think Bruno has to go in it. I understand him because of his situation. He's saying he wants to stay for the World Cup. It's his career. They look at their career. I don't want Mainoo to go, but I understand if he goes because he wants to go and play World Cup. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So it goes for us and it goes against us. But look at the shots, man. We should have everyone in their position. So we're creating chances to get shots in, but we're just not conversion. And that's because you're playing people at their position, bro. Some people are playing at places where they're taking shots and they're not used to it. Who knows, man? So, yeah, man, it's a weird one. It's a weird one, man. But we'll see what happens with that. Mainoo can go. Palace. Yeah, Palace is a good shot as well. Middle. Brighton don't want Mainoo. Brighton can't afford Mainoo's wage demands. Mainoo wants Champions League. Brighton have more than enough players in that position. Probably so. I said Mainoo ain't going nowhere anyway. So I'm with you. I said Mainoo ain't going nowhere anyway. But like I said, I got an article about Brighton and Mainoo. I just bring you all the news. But Mainoo's wage demands. But if he's going on loans, there's no wage demands though. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking if he went on loan, say they said to him, all right, Mainoo, we'll do you a favour. We'll let you go on loan for this season to come back. Don't worry. Where does he go then? I'm not talking about someone coming out and buying him. I don't think anyone buys him now. Ornstein said it in the article. He said, look at this. Mainoo is open to leaving Man United. Ruben Amorim seems to prefer other midfielders, and Mainoo has entered his final 24 months of his Old Trafford contract. The issue is where Mainoo goes, as there do not appear to be many options ahead of this market closing. So I don't think anyone buys him. I don't think anyone comes and gives us 80 million for Mainoo or 60 million, whatever people think he's worth. I don't think that happens. I think in 48 hours, whatever it is, they have a combo with him and say, listen, you're going to get some game time, don't worry. But the most they might say is, all right, we'll send you on loan. Do you know what I'm going to say to you? That's the most I think they will do, is say, we'll send you on loan, get a club in the next, how much days left? 5 days till the thing closes. Get a club in the next 5 days and we'll send you on loan. That's what I think is the latest they'll do with Mainoo. I don't think there was, who's going to come in and give us 70 million now? I don't think that's going to happen, mate. I don't think that's going to happen. Man United, who's this geezer now? Dusty Devils. What team do you support, Rodney, man? Trotter. Lord Rodney Trotter. What a name. What team do you support? Let me know, brother. We can have a bit of banter in the morning, man. Why not? Just make sure you smash the likes, peoples, man. To be fair, Bruno had his worst season with us last year. The fact they went to play 100, that wasn't his worst season. Bruno bailed us out a lot of times, mate. That wasn't Bruno's worst season, bro. I wouldn't say that was his worst season. He bailed us out a few times, but Ahmad was bailing us out. I remember the Southampton game was 1-0 down. He scored a hat-trick. Then he got injured, and it was Bruno that was scoring all the goals that we needed. Scored against Arsenal in the FA Cup. Bruno scored bare goals. So I don't think it was his worst season. I wouldn't say that. Because everyone was saying, where would we be without Bruno? We'll be relegated. Thoughts on Grimsby this evening match? Bro, we have to beat Grimsby. Listen, if everyone's having a meltdown over a draw, then at Fulham away as well, then just imagine what will happen if we don't beat Grimsby, bro. Or if we stink up the gaff and score a lucky jammy goal in the 80th minute or something. It'll be crazy, bro. So we have to go bananas. Yeah, this guy's a troll, man. Newton Heath. Yeah, man, that's where we started, man. What team do you support? Lord Rodney Trotter, man. Funny name. Man United have only 4 CMs. No one is going. Oh, yeah, because Collier's gone on loan, right? Yeah. It's true. No one ain't go. I don't think anyone will go, but I think that's the best they can do for him is say, all right, mate, you really want to go, we'll send you on loan. Go on loan, and then boom. That's it. But I don't think anything's going to happen, bro. I think it's just it's being dramatized because it's just, yeah, he didn't play. Bruno had a stinker. His contract ain't done yet. So boom, like I said. So this was the article. Look at that. Look at what he's saying. He's come out, food truck Man United in the air, didn't play versus Fulham Arsenal, set to start against Grimsby, struggled to fit into Amron's system, no progress on contract, weighing up his options. In 10 clubs are interested. So this article alone is just telling you everything why Kobbie Mainoo's name is going mad right now. Literally. Just because he didn't play, he's blah, blah, blah. He's struggling in Amron's system. He's got no progress on the contract. So it's easy to turn around and just go there. And obviously, because of all the noise, that's why all the big dogs have come out and said what they've said. Fabrizio and that have said, bruv, there's nothing even going out. There's nothing even going on, bro. Fabrizio saying, bro, the situation remains calm. If we was to turn around right now and sell Kobbie in the last days of the window, that would be a worry, mate. Because everything that these guys have been doing has been kind of on point, like they've had a plan. So now to just turn around out of your plan and just go, all right, Kobbie's for sale, and we're just trying to sell him, that will be like raw. They're just changing their mind every minute. That's crazy. And it's not like Kobbie's come out and said he wants to leave. He's not said that at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So that's the situation, man. Chris Wheeler's come out and said what he's saying. Brighton open talks over ambitious Kobbie Mainoo transfer. I don't know how true this is. I don't know this geezer. I've never heard of him. Steve K9. It sounds like a Wi-Fi password, mate. You understand? So I don't know. Real Madrid and Atletico monitoring the situation of Man United's Kobbie. Host of Premier League clubs are also watching. So I don't know. This is everything that's come out about Kobbie recently. And then obviously we had some more news about it from the reliable Sully and the reliable Char Dunkers come out and said Kobbie is not for sale in the final weeks of the transfer window and the player has not asked to leave. Sully, who is reliable for Man United news, he just drops these bombs and keeps it moving. He reminds me of Ornstein. He's like the Man United version of Ornstein. He just comes, drops a bomb, and keeps it moving. Kobbie Mainoo is expected to stay at Man United this summer, despite being open to a move away. The club are not looking to sell him, and he hasn't asked to leave. Move this late in the window is seen as unlikely. Meetings will follow with his reps. So his agents will have a meeting probably tomorrow or something, and they'll say, yo, he's not leaving. I don't know where this talk's coming from. It might be you lot that's putting this out, because the agent might be putting it out. It could be the agent that's making the stuff come out. Yeah, Kobbie's open to leaving, blah, blah, blah. And all of this controversy is only going to make two things happen. Either get him playing or get him a new contract. When you think about it, it's either going to get him playing a bit more because it's going to make the club realise, right, they really love Kobbie out there. It's causing a mad drama right there. Or it's just going to get him a new contract. So either way, this whole everything going on is just beneficial to Kobbie. It's not beneficial to no one else but Kobbie. Only him. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, how does this hurt Kobbie? Because he's not playing anyway. He's not playing and he hasn't got a new contract. So how is it going to hurt him? It's not going to hurt him. It's just going to hurt everyone else. People are looking at it now saying, Ruben Amorim, get him out. How are we going to sell our generational talent over Ruben Amorim? How are you picking a manager over Kobbie? Blah, blah. Like, bro, it's crazy, bro. It's dividing the fan base as well. It's going left. But as you can see, the reliable side is saying it's a myth. He's going to stay. Forget about it. Yeah? We're not going to act this late in the summer. And Shah Dunk has come out and said the same thing. So we'll see, man. Javan, Arsenal. Who's Arsenal? Who supports Arsenal? Even Bex went out on loan in his early days. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Maybe he doesn't go out on loan and that's what's the situation. Let's get into some more stuff now. We got the boy Lammens. This is what's come out recently about Lammens. It's understood Galatasaray has outbid Man United for Lammens. This is this hold up. This is why it was getting held up. Because remember, on Sunday, I thought we were going to be a here we go, bro. I was going to the Fulham game. Before the Fulham game, I was like, we're going to get a here we go today. Lammens, Royal Antwerp played the game. He didn't start. They said they don't want to risk him. He didn't even play nothing. So I'm thinking, it's going to be a here we go today. So it said, anyways, however, United are juggling a number of other deals that could impact their ability to bring in the 23 before the transfer deadlines. What is he talking about? He's saying that they've tried to outbid us, which I believe, by the way, But he's saying United are juggling a number of deals that could impact their ability to bring in the 23-year-old before the transfer deadline. If we're doing a number of deals, why are we going to say, you know what, let's go and we want Lammens, but we're going to do other deals as well, and then we're going to come back for you, and we might forget about you, Lammens. Sorry. What are you talking about? But anyways, Fabrizio, he's come out and he's one of these videos on YouTube and said, conversations are continuing for the deal of Senne Lammens. Antwerp won 25 million euros. Man United started negotiations at 17 plus 3, which is 20 million euros. Antwerp want at least 20 million guaranteed to arrive on a package deal of 25 million euros. 25 million euros, by the way, is 21 million pounds. So either way, even if we get in for 21 million pounds, that's a steal. Do you understand? Negotiations are ongoing. And look, I just told you that it's understood that Galatasaray have outbid United for Lammens, but he only wants to move to Old Trafford. And look at this. This was the stuff brewing before that. Look, there's an ongoing race between Galatasaray and Man United for the signature of Lammens. This is a Turkish source. Remember, Galatasaray is in Turkey. They said that. Then you had Royal Antwerp source saying Galatasaray have produced an increased offer for Senne Lammens, but the player prefers Man United. And then McGrath came out and said Man United have more work to do with personal terms, but Fabrizio said we've already got personal terms done. And then obviously we had Sport Witness at the bottom and it says desperate attempt to snatch signing for Manchester United clutches. Galatasaray effort fails as player wants Man United. So that came out before, and then this is the most recent where it says that they outbidded us, but he only wants Old Trafford. So you can outbid us as much time as you want. Same thing Newcastle done. He only wants to come to Old Trafford, mate. So it doesn't matter if you're outbidding us. And then like you can see at the end, the boy Michel, who is 30, Christopher Michel, he says Manchester United are very optimistic of signing Senne Lammens in the next 48 hours. He said that yesterday at 4 o'clock in the next 48 hours. So what we got, 24 hours left? We should be getting a here we go very soon. And look, Fabrizio, he doesn't say nothing about the hijack. This is what he said on his YouTube yesterday. He didn't say nothing about Galatasaray. He didn't say nothing about outbid. He's just talking about the money. He said negotiations are ongoing. So we'll see what happens, man. But that's the latest on Lammens, man. And we need to get this guy in ASAP. Literally, bro. Because he's the only one that looks like he'll be able to climb across when it comes to set pieces, bro. Because the way Fulham were targeting us is crazy. We might see Grimsby targeting us like that today. It's crazy. Are you going live this afternoon? Yeah, bro. Every afternoon, man's on about 4 or 5. Do you get it? So man, I'll be on this afternoon. If we get a here we go early, I'll probably be on a little bit earlier as well. But 4 or 5, I always come on the evening, afternoon anyway, 100%. I really think we should renew that Kobbie contract, even if it goes on loan, because Madrid being interested is nothing else but the push. Yeah, it's true. You know, Madrid, that's what they do, innit? Madrid always sit there and go, they chat to the player and they say, yo, just chill out, man. We'll come for you on a free. Imagine letting Kobbie leave on a free, bro, and going to Madrid and becoming the best player in the world or something. Come on, man. That's crazy, bro. But yeah, 100%, that's their tactic. And obviously, Kobbie's got 24 months left on his contract, but he's got an option to extend. Got 1 year. So basically, we've got 3 years. Let's be real. We've got one more. We've got a year to extend. You know the option to extend what Mbumo had? We've got that. So we've technically got 3 years, bro. Let's be real. So it's calm. It's not that deep. So we've got 3 years more or less, but we should extend it anyway. What are we doing? Like, and it was close to being extended. Fabrizio said it was very close to being extended with Dan Ashworth when he was here. And then obviously Dan Ashworth got sacked and then things just went left. So we don't know what happened. but it was very close to being extended. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. We'll see, man. But like I said, with the Kobbie stuff, I just want to, I just hope that he doesn't go, man. I don't want Kobbie to go. I like Kobbie. You get me? I'm not player FC on none of them stuff, but I like Kobbie, and I don't want him to leave. I literally don't want to see Kobbie leave, man. That would, like, we need to keep some of our academy players at least, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Garnacho hasn't worked. It hasn't worked out for Rashford. Kobbie, you be that guy then. You step up. You know what I'm trying to say? You got to have at least one of them, man. We can't be getting rid of all, like, it'll be, think about it for the academy. How do we see it? Rashford goes, Garnacho, Kobbie. They'll be looking at it saying, bro, I don't want to go there. They'll just get rid of me when it's not working or whatever. So I don't know, man. But Kobbie's got 3 years left anyway, so I don't think he's going anywhere for now anyway. That's the situation. Real Madrid won't pay any cash on Mainoo free transfer FC. Exactly. That's what they're on, bro. They'll wait for him and just get that free contract. So basically, Ruben don't fancy a Man United now, still in contract talks, but still back Ruben though. But he has to make it work, 100%. This I just showed you, though. You might have missed it, yeah. 24th. Look, this is what's just gone mad with Kobbie. This whole article, what he's saying now, is just everything that's just showing why it's going crazy right now. His future's in the air because he's not playing. He didn't play against Fulham. He didn't play against Arsenal. He's struggling to fit into Amrin's system. No progress on the contract. So he's weighing up his options, and you've got 10 clubs in your ear. Yo, Kobbie, what's going on, bro? We'll take you. Kobbie. You've got everyone hitting you up and saying, we'll come. We'll take you. Yo, what's your situation like? What's going on? Are you open to leaving? Of course he's going to be open. And you've got 10 clubs in for you. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Brighton, whoever else. Come on, bro. And you're sitting on the bench and you're sitting there thinking, bruv, I'm better than Ugarte. I'm better than Bruno in the position that he's playing now. All these things. Come on. It's not hard, innit? So I get it, innit? I get why he's thinking. And then you got to remember as well, it's World Cup year, guys. Every single player wants to play. It's the World Cup year. You need to get your spot. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel it still. I feel it, man. But yeah, that's the situation with Kobbie. That's the situation with Lammens. We'll get into some more news now. We've got the boy Hojlund. This is the latest that's come out about Hojlund. And it's Napoli keep working on details to fix for Rasmus Hojlund deal with Man United and players camp. Optimism remains. Hojlund's exit terms are being discussed between the player side and Man United in order to proceed with Napoli move on loan with 45 million by obligation now. So it's changed. Before it was a buy option and we'll make it little clauses in there to make it obligation. Now it's just obligation. Like he's going for 45 million euros obligation. That's about 40 million or something, 38. Obligation he goes for. And then you got Sky Sports has come out and said Napoli yet to agree with Man United for Rasmus Hojlund. There's cautious optimism from all parties that a deal can be struck. United want a guarantee that any deal will become permanent without conditions. They want it obligated. They're not on this joke thing. Not no Sancho obligation where you can sell him back for 5 million. Proper obligation. And that's what Rasmus wants himself, because he's saying after the World Cup, I don't want to sit there and then be saying, where am I going back to? Am I going back to Manchester to be part of the bomb squad? Or like, he's just not on that. So he's going to stay there. Then it goes on to say from Hurst, there's confidence on all sides that Rasmus Hojlund's move to Napoli will go through before the transfer window closes at 7 p.m. on Monday. The structure of the deal has not been agreed yet. It could either be a loan or a permanent move, but Napoli's latest offer consists of 4.3 million loan fee plus a permanent transfer fee of 34.6 million if the Serie A title holders qualify next season's Champions League. So that's conditional. That's what Hurst is saying, but he's not saying that anymore, Fabrizio. But the latest that came out before that was all agreements. It's done. This is what's been said. Look, Rasmus Hojlund has said yes to Napoli. Napoli and Man United have reached an agreement yesterday on a 5 million loan deal, 40 million, blah, blah, blah. The option could become mandatory deal under certain prohibitive conditions tied to appearance, goals, above all, qualification for the next Champions League. So that's what Gazzetta put out there, that it's done. There's agreement, it's done. But then Fabrizio saying, now they're changing it to make it obligation. So maybe we looked at all of that and said, rah, maybe they don't make Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't make Champions League. Imagine they don't. Because remember, when you look at the Italian league, yeah, one team wins it and then they always fall off. I don't think the same team has won it in like 5 years or something. Apart from, I think Inter done it twice. I think that was it. But bro, once everyone falls off, they fall off. Remember, Milan won it not too long ago, 3 years ago, was it 4 years ago? AC Milan won it, fell off. Inter won it, Napoli won it. Everyone, it just changes every year. So, bruv, 1 minute they're in the Champions League, 1 minute you're out of there. So he might not get in the Champions League. That's why Fabrizio was saying what he's saying, that, bro, they're changing it into an obligation now. And then look at this, the middle article says total agreement reached for Manchester United's man's exit, raised for medical before Thursday, loan with conditional purchase obligation. And then Fabrizio basically says the same thing the first teaser said, where it says loan with an option to buy, which becomes obligation under certain conditions. The conditions are appearances and Champions League qualification for Napoli. So I don't know, man. It seems like the deal is close, or it's either done or it's very, very close to being done. That's the situation, mate. So we'll see what happens with that, man. But that's what's going on. Let me get a few of these comments and I get into the rest. I need to see 6 points. I need to see 6 to 4 points off the 5th by December, or it's out. I need to see us 6 to 4 points off 5th. Oh, okay, off 5th. Yeah. Ruben is off on thin ice. Yeah, Fab also mentioned next 28 hours, decisive hours on YouTube. I feel he stays. Amran definitely has plans for him, but until Bruno leaves. Exactly. That's what I think. Bruno will leave, and then it will be Mainoo and Believer or something. That's what I think. He knows that Mainoo ain't got the legs to play next to Casemiro and Ugarte. That's what he probably thinks. He thinks when we get someone with legs, Mainoo will boss it. United should keep Mainoo. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Good luck, Rasmus. I wanted to keep Rasmus for another year. I wouldn't have mind. Like I said, I didn't mind Rasmus being that player that comes on with 20 minutes left. Tired legs. Play Sesko. 20 minutes left. Put on Rasmus. But then we got Xerxes as well. So do you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. So I wouldn't have mind that happening. But if he's got a goal, they've gave up on him. I remember what happened. Omar Barada came out and said players that have been at Manchester United have to perform within 18 months. So they don't feel that Rasmus Hojlund has performed within 18 months. They're on this, bro, you got to go now. We're looking at it and saying, bro, give him another chance. Maybe he's fitting the system now. We saw him in pre-season. He looked all right, etc. They're not on that, bro. They've looked at it and gone, mate, it's a myth. Yeah, so it's crazy. What's this about? Grimsby's beat us more times than we beat them. Hey, what are you saying? What you don't think we're going to win at Grimsby today? Look at this, mate. This is the head-to-head with Grimsby. I don't know why it's even been made. Look, it's a Grimsby page, yeah? It says, look at that. The previous meetings, head-to-head, they've won 6 times. We've played 12 times. We've only won twice, apparently. 1946, 1947. Look at the time. Look, they're trying to be optimistic. 8 years down the line, they're trying to talk about how much time they beat us. Oh, they're funny, man. So, yeah, man, they should be favourites then, really, innit? Grimsby Town. They should be favourites then, really, innit? To be honest. Grimsby. That's funny, man. That's funny. They're favourites. Grimsby are favourites to play us today. But, yeah. So that's a situation with that. Sometimes I don't understand Ruben's decision-making. He's absolutely messing up Mainoo when he considers starting Bruno, Casemiro. You'll be surprised how we will struggle against Grimsby. Mate, if we get to the 80th minute and we ain't scored a goal, it will be a shambles. Let me just tell you that. If we've had about 20 shots, then cool. But if we're literally just cut, like they're cutting for our midfield, bro, then it's crazy, bro. Literally. But you got to remember, though, we have spells that we play good in every game. Arsenal, we played good for majority of the game. Fulham, we played good for the first 15 minutes. And then a tiny little bit in the second half, etc. We have spells. We just need to make them spells into the full game and be clinical. Just play everyone in their right position and let's go and just win the game, man. Let's check out this Napoli win, the league yet again with all the ex-players. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, though. That can happen, though, DJ, because anything abroad is easier. You send any of our players abroad on loan and all of that, it should be easier for them. I know Rashford ain't hit the ground running yet, but bro, Antony hit the ground running. Hojlund will probably do his thing. McTominay's the biggest baller in the Italian league right now. It's easy. When Rashford and Sancho went on loan to the Prem, Villa and Chelsea, when they left, I didn't see no Villa fans or Chelsea fans crying, oh my God, why are we not signing Sancho for 25 million? Why are we not signing Rashford for 40 million? But Antony, they're crying for him over there. Crying. And he loves it so much that he's like, rah. We'll get into Antony now as well. Betis have reached an agreement in principle to sign Antony. Talks have been over a deal where the player would eventually move permanently after initial loan. That's an agreement talks that came out yesterday about Antony. That's from McGrath. He's saying that they've reached an agreement. Sam C said Man United have received the bid in the last hours from Real Betis for Antony. Understand Manchester United have not yet responded to the offer. Antony hoping for Betis return. And then obviously Fabrizio came out and said, yo, face-to-face talks took place on Monday and continue today. Betis official loan, I want to get it done ASAP. Still waiting on a green light from Man United. Real Betis maintain their confidence to get Antony deal done. Antony wants to move. That's what Fabrizio said about it last. So we don't know what's going on with this. McGrath is saying that it's done. Agreement has been reached in principle. Deals agreed. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what McGrath is saying. He's saying that the thing is over. United is only selling mainly for poor profit. I don't think we're selling them, man. I don't think we're selling them. True. Oh, we're in trouble now. Yeah, we're in trouble. Grimsby is better than us, mate. They beat us more times, so they're favourites. But yeah, my people, this is why it's the deal agreed, man. Because look, it's the deal agreed. Antony's agreement's done, apparently. So we don't know. We'll see. Is it going to come out a bit later? Did he get the scoop before Fabrizio? And I told you, me doing this, bringing you the news every day, I realised other journalists sometimes get it first. But Fabrizio will just come and put the here we go on there at the end. When he puts the here we go on, that's when we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when everyone will say, yeah, it's fully done now. It's certified. So it's where it is, man. But yeah, so that's the stuff from Antony. Obviously, we had some more news about him as well, which was, we have some more news. But a little bit more news about him is here. Look, this is some more news about Woodland anyway. Where is it? Why is it moving so slow? We had Fabrizio's come out and said that the sources talking about West Ham to Onana, because there was all these talks about Onana and West Ham. That was Graham Bailey. Graham Bailey is not reliable, mate. I tell you that for free, because he just says things and someone always comes out and says, no, it's not true. Graham Bailey come out and said, sources are playing down Andre Onana joining West Ham on loan from Man United. No talks. Lammens' potential arrival at Man United, which is still in negotiations, doesn't mean Onana leaves this summer. So, and Onana is going to stay regardless because we want him to be sold. We don't want him to be, we can't thing him. We can't just let Onana go for free. So we need some money for him. We're looking at Onana and saying, we could probably get some money for Onana. So we want Onana to be sold. And they don't look like anybody's going to sell Onana right now. Anyone's going to buy, Onana. It doesn't seem like it, man. So it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens with that. And then obviously he goes to talk, Sky Sports CF, he goes on and says, yo, Real Betis are still in talks with Manchester United over a permanent deal. Permanent now. Do you get it? So bare loan talks were going around, but now it's permanent deal for Antony. United have made it clear in negotiations that they did not want to do another straight loan for the player. It's either he stays with the under-21s or you take him on a permanent deal. There's no way we're giving a straight loan for him again. We gave you a straight loan for him already and boom, we're not doing it again. So, and then obviously we had CC transfers. They've been very reliable, this whole thing. Reliable. And they've gone, price has changed a bit, but I believe this was the info I had on it. Nothing new here. Confirmation on talks. United hoping to get him for an initial fee of around 13 million, rising to around 17. That's Lammens we're talking about, yeah? Lammens. United confident this one is pretty much done. So we've got 3 articles now that basically everyone is saying that it's a done deal for all 3 of them. This is Lammens. CC is saying it's pretty much done. And Michelle, as you can see under it, is saying, yo, 48 hours. We're very optimistic of signing Lammens in the next 48 hours, which came out yesterday. So this is pretty much done. This is what they're saying. Deal agreed with that. Then we've got the Antony and Hojlund stuff. And it says, Napoli and Man United reached an agreement yesterday. He said yes, blah, blah, blah. Total agreement. That's pretty much done, they're saying. And then we've got Antony. And they're saying Real Betis have reached an agreement in principle to sign Antony. You lot can go on Twitter and see the same thing I'm seeing now. It's all there, mate. It's pretty much done. So that's 3 agreements that's happening. So what's going on here? We're going to get a here we go. Surely we're getting a here we go today for one of them. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Look, we're in trouble now. Mitch, I don't get how sending Antony on loan to Betis benefits us. The loan fee, maybe. No, because it's a loan with obligation now. It's a loan. If he plays like 10 games or something, it's obligated. He stays. It's not going to be no loan where he goes there and comes back. No. All the loans which we're doing are all obligation. The only loan that they come back is Rashford if they don't decide to buy him. That's the only one. So that's why it benefits us, because it's obligation. Metcha live in West Ham. They're not looking at Onana. I assure you. Trust. That's what Graham Bailey come out with. Graham Bailey talks shit, bro. This is how you get yourself cancelled. You come out with a story and then Fabrizio Romano just shuts down your story straight away. That's how you get yourself cancelled so quick. You know what I mean? Graham Bailey just woke up and said, you know what? Onana didn't play against Arsenal and Fulham. Let me make a story about him. Look at that. Agents have held active talks with a number of clubs about a loan deal for Antony and Onana, and we can confirm one of those clubs is West Ham United. Onana's position on his future at United has changed in the last week. Whilst he is understood why he was not called up to face Arsenal, the decision to leave him out against Fulham was shocked by him and a number of teammates. Onana was not happy and not being involved with Fulham, blah, blah, blah. The Cameroon is being offered on loan. The man just made up the whole story, and then Fabrizio come and just shut him down and said, bro, what are you talking about, mate? Sources have played it down. There's nothing in West Ham loan. So that's the easiest way you can just kill yourself. He's killed himself like that. So now I know Graham Bailey, you're not really reliable like that. You just make up stuff to get clicks. Because look, he's put an article out. So he wants us to go and press onto his article, and he gets paid every time someone clicks on the article. So it's easy to do these things. And then obviously, it's a good Onana, Mainoo and Sesko are due to start today against Grimsby. Due to start. So we'll see what happens with that, man. It's brewing, man. It's brewing. It's brewing, man. It's brewing. I agree with you, Shave. Once a player leaves United, they become better. You can see it in Rashi. He's pulling up assists like crazy. Same thing we saw with Antony Sancho. Yeah, bro. But they've all gone abroad. Not Sancho. Man said Antony Sancho, not Sancho. Sancho never done nothing. What did he do at Chelsea? He didn't pull up assists like that. I think he scored like, he assisted 2 goals or something, 4 goals, and then scored 2 in like 20. I can't remember how much games it was. You know what I mean? Slow FC, still no goalkeeper in CM. West Ham have enough problems. Yeah, we said Onana will be another issue. But yeah, that's the stuff with Onana, man. So he's going to start today anyway, so we'll see him. I think Onana is better than Bayende. So I don't know why he's prioritising Bayende more. But we don't know what Onana's doing in training, bro. He might be throwing the ball in the net in training. We don't know. We're just going off what we saw in the last games and we think Onana is better. But we might be actually shit in training. So we don't know. But he shut that down anyway. So Onana isn't leaving, guys. Hit the likes, my peoples, man. Like and subscribe if you're new, man. We do this every day. Every morning I'm here for you lot. I'm here 3 times a day, man. All the Man United news, man. Here, you can see it for your own eyes. I don't see it with a screen in my face. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Revenge. I'm looking to get revenge. Yeah, man. I don't sit here with a screen in my face and make stuff up. I show you all the articles. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Let me summarize most of the stuff that's happened. We've had the Mainoo stuff come out. Mainoo wants to leave Man United, apparently. This is from Jamie Jackson, who over-exaggerates everything. This geezer is an idiot. If you go in them comments of that first article, I'll put it a bit closer so you can see who I'm talking about. Look, Jamie Jackson. If you go and look at the comments of this first article on Twitter, everyone is saying he's a fraud. People are throwing things in there of stuff that he's got wrong in the past. He just always goes over the top. He says he wants to leave and he has an article. So he'll say the craziest thing he wants to leave with the article. So when you go there to see what he's talking about, you press onto the article, he gets paid. It's called clickbait. That's what he's doing. Ornstein came out and said, Kobbie Mainoo is open to leaving Man United. Amran seems to prefer other midfielders and he's in the final 24 months. The issue is, where does Mainoo go? Because no one is going to come from in the last minute and pay the money that we want. And then obviously Sis Tony, who is Simon Stone, he said there's no suggestion Kobbie is agitating to leave Man United. Talks over a contract extension have stalled and it's hard to see them resuming unless he can persuade Amrin to either play him over Bruno Fernandes or be effective in a different role. So we had that, and then we had Fabrizio saying that the situation's calm. They're probably going to talk to his agents in the next 24 hours and express whatever happens. Boom, boom, boom. And then we had this talk about from Chris Wheeler that said Kobbie Mainoo, his future's in the air, 10 clubs are interested, he's weighing up his options, there's no progress on the contract, he's struggling to fit into Amrin's system. All of these things in one can easily make stories, mate. Simple as that. You know what I'm trying to say? He's set to start against Grimsby. Brighton have open talks over an ambitious Kobbie transfer move. I don't know this geezer. The link, his name looks like a Wi-Fi password. I don't know, bro. And then it says Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid monitoring the situation with Manchester United's Kobbie Mainoo. Season-long loan could be of interest. Host of Premier League clubs also watching. So who's the Premier League clubs? Is that Brighton? We don't know. But that's the situation with Kobbie. 10 clubs want him. Let me take the screen a bit back so you can see. 10 clubs are in for him. Brighton's meant to be among them. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. I don't know, mate. We'll see what happens with that, man. And then obviously it came out after that Kobbie Mainoo is expected to stay at Man United this summer, despite being linked, being open to a move. The club are not looking to sell him, and he hasn't asked to leave. A move this late in the window is seen as unlikely. Meetings will follow with his reps. Kobbie Mainoo is not for sale in the final week of the transfer window. And that's from Shah Dunker and Sully. Sully is very reliable for Man United news, mate. He just comes, drops bombs and keeps it moving. He's not on this joke thing. So that's the thing about Sully. So yeah, that's the stuff about Kobbie, man. He's not for sale, but we'll see what happens when they talk to his reps. Is he going to go on loan? Is Brighton or one of these teams going to come in for him for real? Who knows, man? So we'll get into the next stuff. We had Lammens. We had some hijack talks on Lammens. There's an ongoing race between Galatasaray and Man United for the signature of Lammens. Blah, blah, blah. Galatasaray have increased offer for Lammens, but the player prefers Manchester United. And then there's talks about 25 million, blah, blah, blah. Desperate attempt to snatch signing for Man United clutches. Galatasaray trying, but he wants Man United. And then obviously, what's his name? Chris Wheeler come out and said that it's understood that Galatasaray have outbid United for Lammens, but he only wants to move to Old Trafford. So the same thing, but this is from someone that's part of the English media. And then Fabrizio said conversations are continuing for the deal for Senne Lammens. Antwerp want 25 million. Man United started negotiations at 17 plus 3. Antwerp want at least 20 million guaranteed. So fixed fee of 20 million euros and then 5 million in add-ons. Altogether in pounds, that's 21 million. But the only thing why it's stalling is because of the price a little bit and the Galatasaray has outbidded us. So they've put them in a problem. This is what happened with Leipzig with Sesko. And then obviously Michel's come out and said, yo, Man United are very optimistic of signing Lammens in the next 48 hours. The next 48 hours we should sign Lammens, and 48 hours from 4 o'clock yesterday, that's tomorrow now. So now till tomorrow, we should sign Lammens. And Michel is certified. And that's what he's saying. And Fabrizio ain't talking about none of this hijack or this outbid from Galatasaray. He's just saying that they're negotiating on the price. So we'll see what happens with that, man. We'll see what happens. So hopefully Lammens can get done today or etc. We had Hojlund stuff. Napoli keep working on the details with Hojlund, blah, blah, blah. 45 million by obligation now. Not no more by option, it's obligated. This is what Fabrizio Romano is saying. Napoli are yet to agree with Man United, but we're optimism, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's just saying optimistic. And then in Italy, they're saying that the deal is done. Hojlund has said yes to Napoli. Napoli and Man United have reached an agreement yesterday. Deal agreed to them. This option could become mandatory. And if you look at Sport Witness, it says total agreement with Hojlund. Reach for Man United, exit, raise for medical before Thursday. Thursday is what, tomorrow? Loan with conditional purchase obligation. And then Fabrizio basically says the same thing, but he doesn't say agreement. He just says loan with an option to buy, which becomes obligation under certain conditions, blah, blah, blah. Almost agreed, define the details, and then you can travel for a medical. So it's super close. It's either done or it's super close anyway. They're saying it's agreed. Fabrizio's saying that they're doing the finer details, then you can travel for a medical. And he said the same thing here as well. Look, optimism, blah, 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 45 million buy option. They're just fixing details for Rasmus Hojlund deal. So Hojlund looks like it's done, more or less. Then we had Antony. Real Betis have reached an agreement in principle to sign Antony. Talks of over a deal where the player would eventually move permanently after initial loan. Sam C said that they made a bid, but we haven't replied yet. Fabrizio said the same thing. Real Betis maintain their confidence to get the deal done. Face-to-face talks took place on Monday, and they continue today, which was yesterday. So we don't know what's going to happen. But Antony seems like he might be done as well. So we've got 3 players that all seem like they're done. Agreement here, total agreement, and then Lammens, 48 hours, it should be done. So that's 3 here we goes. We should be looking at by today till Friday, bro. That looks like 3 here we goes. So we'll see what happens, man. And then we had this as well. Obviously, we had some Onana talk that he's not happy. He's looking to go to West Ham or blah, blah, blah. Fabrizio shut that down and said, bro, sources have played down reports on Antony and Onana joining West Ham on loan from Man United. There's no talks. And even if Lammens comes, that doesn't disrupt. Onana. And then it says Real Betis are in talks with Man United over a permanent deal, which we already know now is permanent now. Remember, there was all these talks about loans, yeah? But now it's like permanent. So this is saying that agreements reached where it would be an initial loan, but he's saying, Darmesh is saying, yo, it's going to be a permanent deal. And then this is another source now. CC Transfer saying the same thing, bro. Nothing new. United confident. This one is pretty much done. That's Lammens. That's Lammens, mate. Pretty much done. He got told that on the 24th, but he said it yesterday. So there you go, guys, man. That's all the news. We've got 3 deals that everyone is saying is pretty much done. Agreements reached, total agreement. So we should get a here we go today, tomorrow, and Friday latest, because everything seems like it's more or less done. Agreement there, agreement here, total agreement here, and then 48 hours for the Lammens stuff, and it should be done. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think, yeah, man, I think it's done, man. I think this is more or less. We should get 3 here we goes, mate, surely, because nothing looks like it's stalling. Everything seems like it's going in the right direction. So that's more or less everything for this morning. If you haven't hit a like, make sure you smash a like on your way out, man. Peoples, I'll be back on later. Hopefully we smash Grimsby to pieces, man, and we get some more confidence back up, some positive. But love my peoples, man. Everyone roll safe. Make sure you smash the likes on your way out.
For some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't see, they on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. I'm local. Bumping off the circle beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.